Sanjiv seems to be out on how effective they've been. The government thinks this is working in terms of attracting new manufacturing into India, especially in areas like electronics. I had Raghuram Rajan sitting exactly where you are yesterday, and his argument was that if you look at the value add component, it's very limited, and this is basically subsidizing industry. It's not where India should be giving subsidies to corporates. It's not serving its purpose. How do you see the effectiveness of the government's PLI schemes?
See, PLI is a start of attracting the world to India in certain core sectors where we believe we can both build capability and capacity to supply to the world. Many other countries are trying to do the same. So the first thing is it lays out a very clear agenda saying that these sectors are important to India. Second, we're supporting it through these incentive schemes.
How effective has it been in your view so far?
We think it started attracting tremendous amount of interest, but keep in mind that's not where it ends. We need to see that core aspects of the supply chain that go into some of these sectors, we start attracting those into India as well. And that's where both a combination of further ease of doing business and ease of reduced cost to doing business has to be done. We have to see that the coordination between center and states, because we are seeing a number of progressive policies on the center side, the national single window clearance system, the Gati Shakti plan, but eventually a business gets set up in a state, in a particular city. So we have to get more and more states on board and do this collectively.
Chandrajit Banerjee, how effective has this government intervention been, and what would be your response to the likes of Raghuram Rajan who say this is just a sop or a dole being given out to corporates? This is not how India should be spending its money. It's not really serving as much of a purpose as the government thinks it is.
Why have we brought in PLI? It's basically to give a boost to investment, all right? And at a time when there was certain global headwinds and economic headwinds. It served its purpose. It's not as something which is be there forever. It'll be there for some time. It's triggered investments to come in certain sectors. And yes, of course, it's not that it's all cast in stone that this is the format in which it will be. There will be newer sectors, green, we talk about hydrogen, electrolyzers, more employment, intensive sectors where this would be given. Say, for instance, if we do an employment-linked incentives, an ELI over and above a PLI. So if you really look at, when Shobna talked about healthcare, that's an employment-intensive industry too. So there are areas where we can see PLI being sort of redesigned to make it much more effective. But at this moment, it was extremely necessary and which has drawn investments back. Companies are today looking at a 75 to 80% capacity utilization, all set to go beyond 80 in most of the sectors. And I see this will trigger fresh investments over a period of time in quite a strong way.